The Gen 5 Glock 30. Okay, actually this is not a Gen 5 Glock 30, it's like a Gen 3 30S SF. So for those who don't know, the SF was basically them making this smaller because the original Glock 30 was a brick.
A brick house.
It was one of the fattest, chunkiest BBW guns I've probably ever felt. But man, when I tell you that thing shot like butter. Butter. Now, if you watch my video on my 3 favorite Glocks, this was one of them. This was the third one, my 3rd favorite Glock of all times. And the reason why is because this one also shoots like butter. And for reasons that I'll get into in another video, I'll talk about why, if you are somebody that likes 45 and want to carry a 45, there's absolutely no reason in the world why this should not be the gun. The title will be a little different, probably more clickbaity, but nonetheless.
Before you finish watching this video, a word from our sponsor. Have you ever thought about making a living in the firearms industry? If you enjoy gun repair, ballistics, and learning about firearms, Sonoran Desert Institute's online courses might just be a good fit for you. To find out more, visit sdi.edu or call 480-999-4767 today. All the ammo used in this video was brought to you by Nosler, maker of the most innovative, most accurate, and most effective bullets and ammunition in the industry.
Story time. So, the Glock 30 holds a very special place in my heart. Holds a special place in my heart because I think it is a phenomenal gun for what it is. I mean, phenomenal. And there's even an older video, maybe 12, 11 years ago, of me shooting this compared to a Glock 19 and basically demonstrating how I can shoot this just as fast, just as well, just as accurately. And this is a 45. So, during SHOT Show, I noticed that they came out with the Gen 5 version of the Glock 30. And I said to myself, I gotta have it. I gotta have it for no other reason than just, I love the Glock 30 so much, I just wanted a new one. So I called my guys at Ray's Sporting Goods and said, hey, y'all got any of them Glock 30 Gen 5s? And they were like, no, but we can get it. And that's what they did. Guys at Ray's got me a Glock 30 Gen 5. But before we get to that, let me just demonstrate just the pure tactical sex. I love this gun so much. It is, when it comes to a 45, just take my word. The Glock 30S has to be at least number 1 or number 2. And the other one, I don't care. When it comes to subcompact polymer 45 guns, I do not care about any other of them. What? I don't care about any of the other ones. Because this just shoots so phenomenally well. And the crazy thing is, the Glock 30 shot even better. The original is just too fat. It's just too fat. Now meet the Gen 5 Glock 30. Well, let's see if they fucked up a classic. No. I actually think it's better. Oh my God. It's just amazing to me how well this thing handles the 45. The 45 is supposed to be this mythical, massive bullet that can shoot through all of space and time, that'll blow your hand off whenever you shoot it. And then you put it in a Glock 30, and it's like shooting nothing. Like, it's just... It handles and shoots like a slightly beefed up Glock 19. Now, it is essentially the size, almost of a Glock 19. Not completely, but pretty damn close. And with the Gen 5, what you get is, first and foremost, aesthetically, the biggest difference you're gonna see is the grip texture right here, and the front serrations on the gun. I realized y'all couldn't see that. But the front serrations on the slide, you got the new improved Glock barrel. 30 was already a tack driver in the first place, so if it made it better than that, I'll take it. And of course, you have the slide lock on both sides, and You get the same 10-round magazine. You can get a flush with a 9-round magazine. Don't do that. I mean, you can if you just really want to make it super small. Don't do that. Just, this is classic Glock 30 profile. Just keep it like this. Because it, like I said, it's essentially, not essentially, it's shorter than a Glock 19. It's a little bit fatter, but the slide in itself is like about 1 inch long. It's not that big. So when it comes to concealed carrying a 45, that's not a 1911, why do anything else? This video is so freaking biased, it's unreal, and I don't care. So I'm gonna talk about this in the context of the Glock 30S, the previous Gen 3 version, and this Glock Gen 5 version. Aesthetically, I do think this looks better. I love the balance that comes with having the serrations on the back and in the front. I've always been a fan of this kind of Gen 5 RTF grip. However, if you really wanted to send this gun into the stratosphere in terms of ergonomics, in terms of looks, please, please Glock, I'm begging you, make a version with the RTF2 grip. If you don't know what that is, it's just because you're too young. You're a little baby. You don't understand that the RTF2 was the quintessential ergonomic Glock. Yeah, sure, it'd tear up every single one of your t-shirts and probably make your hands bleed, but it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. And this got close to it. So this was basically Glock saying, okay, we'll split the baby. We'll give you these little pyramid squares to kind of simulate the RTF2 grip. But nah, this is cool. But you put this in the RTF2, I'll buy 5 of them. Oh my gosh, I love this gun so much. I love this gun so much. All right, okay. We got targets everywhere. Let's see. All right, so in terms of shooting characteristics, I don't really notice a difference in the recoil sensation. It's the same. It's not as good as the original Glock 30 because it's not a fat ass. The Glock 30 was a fat ass. Like, the Glock 30 was beautiful shooting, but the grip was so big, it took away from the shooting experience a little bit. But this, it's pure money. It's this thing. Look at that. Like, you could just run it. And so the thing with 1911 sometimes, when you're shooting 45s in 1911, they tend to have sharp lines. So they kind of hurt a little bit sometimes. Yeah, I know some of you in the comment section, oh, you little pussy, it hurts your hands. Oh no, that's not y'all, that's Peter. That's Peter saying that. Yeah, I was saying that. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's go. And then the ability to just shoot with precision out of a gun this small. Shooting a 45, now I know, it's 2024 and 9mm, the modern advancements in 9mm, they're probably just as good and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's not a lie, right? Everybody knows me, I'm a 9mm lover. I love 9mm. That's what I carry 99.9% of the time. However, if I'm going to carry in a state that has a magazine restriction that is 10 or less, I'm carrying this. I'm carrying this because it is a gun that is the size or a little bit smaller in terms of actual height and grip length of a Glock 19 with 10 rounds of 45. I don't want 10 rounds of a 9 if I can have 10 rounds of 45 because the bullet is just bigger. Because if you have modern advancements in 9, then you probably have modern advancements in 45 as well.
He's smart.
I feel like the 45 is a man stopper. 9mm is too. Now I'm waxing poetic about ammo distinctions. That's for another video. Let me get some more ammo. Yeah. So 3 out of 10, 185 yards. In this little thing, 45. Now granted, I'm holding up to the sky because, you know, 45s drop like a rock. But nonetheless, I still have the same, slightly less confidence in shooting at distance with this compared to, say, a 19 or a gun that shoots a chambered in 9mm. But let's talk about this trigger though. We all know how I typically like my triggers. I like a smooth take up, nice fine wall, and a crisp, nice break. Does this trigger have it? No, it doesn't. That's a take up. There's your take up right there. Boom, 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 boom. It's a little squishy, boom. And break, and reset, right there. Break, reset, right there. So squishy, squishy, squishy wall, boom. So on paper, it does exactly what I want a trigger to do. However, the take up is ever so slightly mushy, and there's a nice wall there, but then there's also a little creep at the wall too, and then it breaks. But like I told you before, take that with a grain of salt, because two things that Glock triggers do. If they start off horrible, they do get better as you shoot more rounds through them. If they start out good, they do get better as you shoot more rounds through them. Now, the problem is you don't know what you're gonna get. But like I said, look how, look. Like running his 45 at speed is just so enjoyable, and it's lovely. With this fake RTF grip, I feel like it gives me the ability to gain a little more leverage on my grip, a little bit better than I can on the Gen 3. Now, I could be mistaken, but I think the Gen 4 also had the fake RTF 2 grip, but it's on this Gen 5, I like it. Another thing too is it's the same short frame that you had on the Gen 3, but then you also on this one though, if you have bigger, meatier hands, you can have the replaceable back straps to make it larger. Right now I have it in the smallest configuration because that's how I like it. Of course you have the terrible, terrible piece of shit plastic sights that come on Glocks. We're just used to it at this point. But running this at speed is just so easy. Like that's a 45. That is just like, oh, this gun gives me the giggles because it just makes shooting a 45 so pleasurable and enjoyable. I love it. I love the way it handles the recoil. I actually love the way it looks. I love the proportions on the gun. I just don't carry 45s, generally, unless I'm in a state that forces me to have 10 or less rounds. But it actually makes going to those piece of shit states that make me do that. So we don't have that problem in Texas, right? So we keep everything tactical in Texas.
Message!
Now, you can go and shop that MrCorleoneTheWar.com and get your own version with your own shitty state and use it as a reminder to tell them to keep your state tactical. But like I was saying, this actually makes the idea of going to a state where I can't carry with more than 10 rounds a little bit tolerable, because that means I get to bring my Glock 45. Well, actually, it's not a Glock 45, it's a Glock 30, chambered in 45. Anyway, let's do some shooting. Can't beat this thing, man. Oh, I love this gun so much. So yeah, the Gen 5 Glock 30. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little worried. I'm like, man, please don't mess up this freaking classic. Not that it mattered because I already had it. But this, honestly, based on just kind of what I'm feeling now, this is probably gonna end up replacing my older Glock 30. Largely because I like the way it looks better, and I like the ergonomics, slight ergonomic elevation that I get from this fake RTF2. Now, Glock, if you want to do me a solid and come out with an RTF2 version of this, I mean, I'll take it. But if I'm going to carry in a state, once again, that has less than 10 rounds or 10 rounds and less, I'm carrying this. Now, if I was going to go for like my go-to 45 full size, where size doesn't matter, I'm going with the FN 545. That goes without saying. I said that in the video. Glock 21 is cool. I like it, but yeah, that'll be another video. But so, the Gen 5, Glock 30. Hey, good job. I didn't mess it up. Now, I will say this. Don't think I didn't notice that y'all purposely didn't come out with the MOS version where you could put a red dot on it. I know what y'all are doing. Y'all ain't slick. I'm gonna buy that hoe too.
Guns aren't political. That's why I need your help getting this message to spread on YouTube by clicking the thumbs up button, leaving a comment to let me know what you think of the video, then subscribing to the channel. But most importantly, click that bell symbol. For products featured in this video, click the links in the description.